so in this video, we're going to be looking at using React Navigation, which is kind of one of the main, maybe the main navigation library for React Native. So we're just going to get you up and started. In the last video, we just showed you how to get running with React Native and Expo. And this one, we are just going to show you how to basically navigate between various pages in React Native. So we're just on the React Native homepage here on the Getting Started. So the first thing we're gonna want to do is to install React Navigation. So let's go ahead. We can just copy this over and come back over here. We have an integrated terminal, and we're gonna open up a new tab right here. And this is just a blank React Native project. Really, nothing's been done to it yet. It's just what we did in our last video. So come in here and we're gonna paste that in, yarn add at React Navigation /native, and we're gonna hit enter. All right, so that is installed and good, and we are gonna come back over because we actually need something else here. I think we're using Expo. So we're gonna wanna install the dependencies rather for the Expo managed project. So come in here. We're going to copy those and come back over and install them. We're just going to paste those in. So now that that is done, we're good. We're not quite done installing everything yet. So if we scroll over to kind of the Hello React Navigation, there's various different navigation options. So the one we're going to be working with is called the Stack Navigator. So you got to install these separately. So there's a tab navigator and a drawer navigator. So depending on what type of navigator you will be using, you're going to want to find that one. We're going to use this one. So we're going to come back over and install this, paste that in, and it is the React Navigation /stack. Okay, so that is good and installed. So let's come over here and start coding a few things. So in our app.js, we're gonna wanna import a couple things to start. So we're just gonna go import, and the first one we're gonna do is called navigation container. Okay, and that is gonna be from at React Navigation .native, and then we're also going to want to come in here and go import, and this one is going to be create stack navigator, and that is from at React Navigation stack. All right, so we want to import those two things, which is good. Make sure you have your quotes on there and everything is good. So once those are imported, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna add another component. So we're just gonna do it in here. Normally we'd separate this out into another file, but just for simplicity's sake to show this. So let's go function, and we'll just go home screen. And we will open up some brackets and just return a view. And this got to be a view component here. And inside of that view, we are just going to have a text component. And inside that text, we're just going to say home screen. Okay, so that is our component. And then what we're going to want to do to create our stack navigator, allow us to navigate between screens, we're going to go const stack, and that's going to be equal to create stack navigator. And we're just going to call that with some brackets there. All right, then inside of our app here, this is where we're going to create our navigation. So we can actually just get rid of this here for now. And in here, we're going to go navigation container. And then in there, we're going to go stack dot navigator and close off some brackets there. And then stack dot screen. And inside of the stack dot screen, actually this is a self-closing component here. So there, and then we're gonna have a few little things inside here. So let's go name, and that will be equal to home, which is what we call our component. And then the component that we're passing in is gonna be equal to home screen. Great. And if we save that and everything is working okay, like we hope it is, we can go and check out this. We can refresh and see if it shows our home screen. Oh, and we got a little error here. So this has to be capitalized here. So stack.screen is capitalized. So go ahead and save that. And again, we can switch over and check it out. Oh, that's actually right here. And we can refresh this. Okay, so now we got our home screen. So that is all good and well, but we want to be able to switch between multiple screens here. So let's go ahead and create another component and be able to flip between them. So come back over to here and below the home screen, let's just copy this over. We'll copy it down, and instead of home screen, we'll call it detail screen, and we'll just call this detail. Okay, so now we have two components. I'm gonna actually get rid of this right now. All right, so now we got two components here, one home screen, and apparently we copied this an extra time and get rid of that. But we got home screen, detail screen, and then our navigator. So all we have to do is to add it here. Okay, so let's change this to details and this to detail screen. Great. And then we have to set an initial route also. So we do that by going into the stack.navigator up here and go initial route name, and that is going to be equal to and home. So we call this home. This is the first route we're going to hit, and that is good. So go ahead and save that. Let's make sure no errors here. Everything looks good. If we refresh, yeah, still getting the home screen. All right. But that's not all we're going to want to do, because we're going to want to navigate between the screens. So how do we go about doing that? Well, let's do it like this. All right, so we're gonna do that by we're gonna go up to our home screen, and we're gonna navigate from this to our details screen. So we're gonna add a button. So let's just come below here and we'll go button. Good, and on that, we're gonna have a title. That's gonna equal, go to details. And then below that, we're gonna have an on press. This is like an on click if you're in a web component, but React Native uses on press. So we're gonna open up some curly brackets there. We're gonna do an arrow function, and we're gonna go navigation.navigate. Okay, and then we're gonna pass in where we wanna navigate, and that's gonna be details. Now navigation.navigate, you can see we're getting some errors here, but it's because we haven't closed off our button component. So let's do that. Okay, so that is all good. Now we are missing one thing. Where does this navigation.navigate come from? So that is going to be passed in up here. So we're going to destructure a little bit here. So we're going to go navigation. Okay, and now we have this available, and we can navigate to our details page. supposedly. So let's go ahead and save this and navigate, no pun intended, back over here. And we haven't imported our button variable. So let's go here and say button, not button group, but just button, and save that and come back. All right, so now this is our button. We're on our home screen. And if we click our go to details, you can see we navigate to our details page. So very easy. We got our back button right here. Again, if we want to go to our details page, simple click, and there we are. And that is basically the basics of React navigation. So basically just passing in this navigation object and then you can use it. So very simple. You have your stack navigator here, your two different components, and then you navigate between them with this navigation.navigate call. So very simple. Hopefully this was helpful getting started with React navigation. And if you liked the video, go ahead, subscribe, and maybe give it a like. And until the next one, thanks for watching.